Hey guys, welcome back to Texas Young Guns. In this video, we will be reviewing Creekside RV Park.
Now we definitely want to preface this video by saying we know that the top thing to do in Broken Bow is to stay in those beautiful picturesque cabins. We've seen them, we've adored them, we've admired them. We even take the time to drive around and look at them. However, they're quite expensive. They're hard to reserve at times if you're going during peak seasons, and sometimes you just want to go in your RV like us.
And then on the off chance that you're just passing through because you're traveling the country, you really only have two options in this area, really main options. You have Creekside RV Park and you have Beavers Bend State Park RV Park.
We did spend a lot of our time in Beavers Bend State Park, but for our purposes on this trip, Creekside RV Park was the better fit for us.
Yeah, so if you're watching this video because you're comparing the two because you realize, like I said, like us, that you really only have two options. The reason why we stayed in this one, even though we love staying in state parks, is one, they had tons of negative reviews on the park in Beavers Bend, which we did drive through and kind of confirm.
We did. They do have great views and a lot of wildlife and deer and everything. However, for our purposes, it wasn't the best option. We definitely, I'm not going to say we needed certain amenities, but we did.
Yeah, the sites didn't look very good. It does back up to a major river, which you think would be a plus. However, the current is so strong and there's so much of a hill behind all the sites, you really can't access it there. And we did learn while we were there that you will have absolutely no cell phone service. So we have what you call Visible, which is a subsidiary of Verizon. So if you have any of the Verizon companies, you will have absolutely no service.
Yes, it's absolutely wild to me. I can't remember the last time I went somewhere and had zero cell reception. Zero. And it really confirms what you actually need it for. For instance, we needed it for a map. We needed it to call a restaurant and make a reservation. We couldn't do any of those things.
Now, we did talk to a couple people that had AT&T. They said if you restart your phone often, you might get a bar or two. But just know that this area, and you can confirm this if you go look at the coverage maps, you will have no cell phone service. So plan accordingly. Which actually leads us into Creekside RV Park because they have excellent Wi-Fi at this park. One of the best Wi-Fi networks we have ever used. It's fast enough to do anything you need to do, stream, etc. So just know that you will have that if you need help getting around the town. Now back to Creekside RV Park. This is located off of Highway 259 and is nestled pretty much directly in between Broken Bow and Hochatown. So when you're leaving the park, you can take a right to go down to Broken Bow, or you can take a left to go up to Hochatown. Now traffic in this area is incredibly heavy. That's mostly because this is a big tourist destination. And it's only a two-lane road going one way and one on the other. So getting in and out of the park is heavy. Traveling through town is heavy. You will have to deal with traffic most of the time you're there.
And in the RV park, you can stay on one of two sides. You can stay on the road side, which is that 259 main drag that we're talking about, or you can stay on the creek side, which is the side that we chose to stay on.
That's right. So the park actually backs up to a small little creek called Yanubi.
We don't know.
However you pronounce it, creek. Now you're not going to find any fish in it, but it is big enough and cool enough to create a neat ambiance, and our dogs certainly loved it. So if we were to give you a suggestion, we would highly suggest you stay on the creek side.
Alright, so we stayed in site number 41.
And I'll throw up a map here while we're talking about it.
And you have the ability to choose your own site when booking, so that's really nice. They also tell you things like how much shade it gets, reception. So it's a very easy site to navigate, and it's about $45 a night. So very, very reasonable. They
do have weekly and long-term prices as well, and they do have a decent website if you wanted to go look that up. But for us, we were just staying there a few days, so $45 a night.
Yep.
So guys, I hope that simple and short video helped you on this park on making a decision on if you want to stay there or not, or where maybe you want to stay in the park.
Yeah, absolutely. We know that, like I said, we know the thing to do is to rent those Instagrammable cabins. However, this is a great option if you want to go, not spend nearly as much money on renting those and still get the same experience at Broken Bow.
That's right. So it is a simple park. It does only have the things that you need. But I think the point of this area is not just to kind of hang out in your trailers, kind of go out and do things. So for us, that works. Like we've mentioned in many videos before, we're simple people. We don't need a lot to make us happy.
Nope.
So guys, I think we're gonna rate this one about a 4 out of 10. Now that sounds bad, but like I said, keep in mind this is a simple park. It serves a specific purpose. It's not there to provide you with a swimming pool. It's not there to provide you with things to keep your family entertained in the park. It's meant for you to stay there and enjoy the area, and it is well maintained and just really simple.
Yes,
so while
don't let that rating like perturb you from going, because if you have this option, we highly recommend it, because Broken Bow is just as trendy and Instagram famous as it's been put out there.
So while we do rate it a lower score just because of the nicer resort style parks we've stayed at, don't let that perturb you. We absolutely recommend this park to stay in if you're coming to this area.
All right, well, that wraps up our time we spent at Broken Bow. You can go back and watch the other videos of us touring the town and doing all the things. But that is it for us. You can follow us along on all of our socials and be sure to like and subscribe to us. We try to put out content on a regular basis, and your likes really help us.
It does. It helps us get more views and keeps us going, keeps us motivated. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next video. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.